Hello, as I can here show you the GiiNie Security Coloring here. As I went ahead and drew is a picture. It's like the the GiiNie as a same GiiNie as what you see is from the say the Disney movie would say of Aladdin, and then it's like you get the security right here along. It's like at the laptop, and then along with the could be any type of electronic device such as an e-reader or a iPhone or whatever smartphone, but mobile amps. But right here, as you see, is that so far as for viruses, a list of 1 through 5 or 6 or maybe 10 of the things that you be concerned about is so far as with security. Is that so far as with viruses and then worms, and then along with spam or attacks, it's like any type of worms or anything like that that could pretty much download to a file on your computer and cause like problems, irritation to the way the files work, the system hard drive works. And a lot of times is that if you were to have the firewall turned on, and then most of the time that you would possibly have it to where you have it turned on, but then that could possibly have some error problems with if you were to get on the internet for whatever reason, try to open a website or whatever, that it may not be able to show on the computer because there's something is blocked from showing that website. But so far as with with the security, you have these different zones of the viruses, and then you have is that which most of the time it's like most of the security software, it's it costs money to have it, and a lot of times is that you probably saying that if it costs money, then I'm like it costs money to have this software pre-installed on your computer. But then also it's like you have it to, you got the shield, but then you have it to where it's like it's like so far was you say it could be a germ, and then along way here is like you get that gametes or the germs, and or the gymes, or you say it's like whatever you want to call it. And but what you have is that you would have it it's like you get connected to the internet, and then next thing you know, it's that that you have a problem with it. Could be rodents, could be bugs or whatever it is, but it's like that have bugs, and then the next thing you know it that you pay to get connected to the internet, and then the next thing you know it that you spot something. It could be a bug, or it's like kind of like a tick, or say bed bug or whatever. And then it's like, well, that you have all these concerns, and you're just wondering why it costs you more money to have this security. And a lot of times it's that it's like you have it to where the security scans for viruses and on the files and stuff to make sure that there ain't no problems that occur. But most of the time is that you could probably always say that with security pre-installed on your computer, pretty much gives you that capability of knowing that you are pretty much is that you have more control over the computer about whatever security settings that you want, such as if you want something blocked or something like that, you have more control over what files are being downloaded to your computer. And it's like whatever you want to do with them, if you want to install them, or if you want to put a restriction on them or something like that. But so far as having them enabled or disabled, that it's like you have them turned off or have them turned off, turned on or turned off, and then along with the menu, and then along with the update. But as I say, you got failures, and along with that corrupted files that may occur. It's like, which I don't even know if if most of the time, a lot of times that they will probably say if you ain't got no security on your computer, then more likely you have a higher risk of possibly computer failure, such as a crash or any type of a problem that causes your connection to slow down or whatever. But so far as with the security, that you have it to where it's that you have security on your on your computer, and then a lot of times it's that you're like, well, why do you have to pay extra to have it? Well, that more or less is the reason why, is to give you more security for your computer, to keep it protected more, and which you would have more control over it. But so far as with the GiiNie and security, you got the computer, and along with the GiiNie himself, and then along with say the viruses, along with the connection to the web, and along with the list from 5 to 10 about the different viruses, and along with the virus zone, and along with the amount of money. It's like the amount of money it costs to buy the software, along with the firewall, and then the virus scanner, and along with the menu and an update, which a lot of these settings can be changed. You just like click on the menu options a lot of times, and then you'll be able to change the settings for the update. But so far as with GiiNie and security, which GiiNie and security is like recommended, is that it costs money to have the internet security, whatever type of security that you want. Yeah, but most of the time is that sometimes it's only good for about maybe a year or two, but then there may be some out there that may be free. Then you just gotta follow the guidelines or whatever, but then it gives you more control over what is being downloaded on your computer, and whatever files that are installed, and any type of warnings so far as any hacking or anything like that downloading. But so far GiiNie security, and then along with the rest of the settings, and so far with GiiNie and GiiNie security and color.